All right, fight fans, we got a special treat for you today. Friend to the room, one of the faces of boxing, our guy Jake Paul is joining us now.
What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? I would like to be referred to as the of boxing or the of boxing. If we could change it to that. I don't want to be the face. I want it to be the or
I hear you.
Then I won't refer to you then. You know?
Listen, Jake, first off, we just found out that your fight is going to be available. UK, DAZN has the rights to it in Ireland and the UK. So talk about working with us one more time and those people being able to watch you over there.
Yeah, I'm stoked. If you have the DAZN membership in the UK or Ireland, you're going to be able to watch the fight for free. Amanda Serrano is back on DAZN, so big partnership and just excited to have y'all support. I love DAZN. Joe Markowski, shout out. So yeah, excited to be back with it.
All right, well, surprisingly, KSI spoke to DAZN. He spoke to Wade Plemons, actually, and he said that a fight with you is inevitable and that he would be the A side. That's why he's doing this Wasabi fight. And he thinks that, you know, your $60 ticket for this pay-per-view is way too much. Do you think that he would be the A side?
I'm the A side, so I think everything should run by me. So I think he should fight on my card. I think he should fight in the UK. I think he should fight at my weight. I think all these things. And do you think Jake's gonna be like, yeah, sure, great, yes, sir, KSI? Are you dumb? I'm showing everyone why I'm the A side. I'm gonna come through. It's two birds, one stone. I come through, annihilate you, look beautiful, look immaculate. And then I'm also getting high pay-per-views. Then his $60 fight against a boxer. What the $60? That's more than Usyk versus AJ. Are you dumb? Who do you think you are, Jake Paul, bro? Come on, man.
Hell no, bro. He makes no money compared to me. I made $45 million boxing. I'm one of the top 5 highest paid athletes under 25. The numbers speak for themselves. He hasn't fought, and I've built my pay-per-view price up over time, something that he hasn't done. I've gone from $10 to $20 to $30 to $40 to $50 to $60. So people are paying that. So that's what I'm worth. I'm only charging what the market is paying. So it's just two different levels, two different worlds. The kid's an internet star. He's pushing 30 years old. You go online, you look at our Google search trends and compare our searches online. I shit on him, even in his own country. In the UK, I get twice as many searches as him, even in his own country. So he's popular. He has a lot of clout, but he's just not built like me. He's not on the same level as me. He's fighting an influencer. All respect to Alex Wasabi, but I'm fighting professionals. I'm knocking these dudes out. He's a boring fighter. I mean, I can sit here and rant.
Can I get a truthful answer, though? Because I believe maybe a few years ago, I thought that maybe you would never want to fight him because maybe you thought he was too advanced. Now it's kind of like you're too advanced. Is that how it happened?
I don't think he ever fights me. Why would he sign up for that risk? You know, like he knows what would happen. Right. So he does not going to risk losing. I think he talks shit to me all the time just to build up everything else he's doing. He's building up his businesses. He talks shit, then promotes his fight. He talks shit, then promotes his new song. He's smart. He knows what he's doing, but I don't think he's ever going to fight.
But would you even want to fight him? Because when you talk to the experts, obviously you guys, you know, your name can, you know, when people mention KSI, they talk about him fighting your brother. So some people want to see that fight. But when you talk to boxing critics, they say Jake is far too advanced professionally, especially at the rate that he's going. It would be kind of like playing yourself to fight a guy that's not technically sound like you. Would you turn that fight down, or if it made the right business, you would still fight him?
I would fight him regardless of any circumstances. I'm going back and I'm getting that W for the Paul family name. I'm knocking this kid out and shutting him the hell up. So he's the cockiest kid I've ever seen, and he needs a reality check. I'm going to be the one that gives him that.
All right, so I kind of understand that because you got me there and it made sense. You're doing that for the Paul family because, look, you're fighting Rahman. That's way above somebody like KSI, you know, so fighting KSI would be going backwards. What about, but
here's the thing, I wouldn't even have to train to fight KSI. So I could make $20-30 million, show up eating pizza and knock him out, add that to the bank account, 2 rounds max, maybe 5 minutes of my time, $30 million in 5 minutes. You gotta be like, all right.
Damn. But what about Tommy Fury? Is that like going backwards, or would he be able to get a fight too after Rahman, considering you win?
Yeah, I just don't think Tommy would fight me after he sees what I'm going to do to someone who's more experienced than him and who's heavier than him and who's taller than him. So after that, Tommy is already scared now. So after I beat a professional boxer, what do you think is going to happen?
You know, recently Dana White told Yahoo Sports that Nate Diaz fight will never happen. He said that's some goofy-ish, that he would never do that. I mean, meanwhile, I thought that Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather is kind of goofy. But what's your response to Dana White saying that he would never do that fight? It's goofy.
I mean, it is what it is, you know, like he's saying that because I've knocked out his UFC champion. I knocked out Ben Askren, who was a big star in the UFC at one point. So he's just doing anything he can to discredit me. But I beat every single person in the UFC in a boxing match that's in my weight class, which would be around 170 to 175. Kamaru Usman, Masvidal, all of these guys, I would beat them in boxing. Nate Diaz, all of them. So they're just doing that, and he's just saying that to discredit it and make it seem like it's some corny fight. But he knows that if I fought in his organization, it would be one of the biggest UFC pay-per-views ever. And I told him I was down to fight for free in MMA. He just has to increase his fighters' health care and the minimum fighter pay, because he pays his fighters $12,000, and I want him to pay his fighters at least $50,000 per fight.
Jake, you mentioned earlier Amanda Serrano. You know, we talk to Eddie Hearn all the time, and he said he was trying to make the rematch with Serrano in Ireland and paying heavy money, way more than she made the first time. So I was a little taken back by it because the fight was close. Some even felt that Amanda won that fight. Why not take the payday and fight in Ireland? Why didn't that fight happen?
The only reason is Amanda wants to keep her belts at 126 pounds. So she's the unified champion there. And they said that they were going to strip her of her belts if she didn't defend them right now. So she's going to defend them, keeping all of her belts at 126. And the money is cool and all, but that doesn't mean anything to Amanda Serrano. She wants to be the unified champ at 126 pounds. And we have money for Katie Taylor too. We have $2 million for Katie Taylor to come down to 126. Let's see who really the pound for pound best is. I think Amanda Serrano won that fight. Everyone thinks Amanda Serrano won that fight, but Katie Taylor, hey, I know you're watching. Why don't you come down to 126, go against Amanda Serrano in that weight class? Because she came up 9 pounds to fight you. You know, she didn't even look like she was in the same weight class that night. So come down to 126, see if you're really the pound for pound best. We have $2 million for you. And after August 6th, when Amanda beats Brenda, then we can run it back.
So it won't happen at 135, the rematch?
I don't think it should. I think it should happen at 126 or meet in the middle at 130.
Makes sense.
Wow, I'd like to see Katie's reaction with that. Listen, you mentioned big pay-per-views. Ak mentioned Floyd versus Conor. I want to know, what do you think is a bigger fight? You versus Conor or Floyd versus Conor, the rematch?
Me versus Conor is a way bigger fight. No one wants to see, Floyd's old. We've already seen that product. Mm-hmm. So we know it's just a money play if they fight. Me versus Conor is going to be way more competitive. There's going to be way more talk, way more entertaining. And I think that's the one that everyone really, really wants. So
plus he's kind of like closer to your weight class right about now, though, right?
Exactly. We would both come in at 175. And it just makes more sense. We're both younger. We're both, just in the prime of our careers, really in the height of all of our notoriety and such. So that just is a bigger fight by far.
Jake, I often tell fighters, I ask them this question: if you were your own promoter, what would be your next 3 fights? But you actually are. So you can answer this, more accurately. If you can pick your next 3 opponents after Hasim Rahman Jr., should you get past them, who would they be?
Man, I think ideally, Mike Tyson. We've teased that it could be happening later this year or early next year. Anderson Silva is high on that list, and Nate Diaz is very high on that list. So those are probably the top 3 options.
Okay, Jake, before you get out of here, we need to play a game called the Standing 8. 8 rapid fire questions. You have to answer all of them within 60 seconds. You ready?
Here we go.
Ready?
I love it. I love it. You need a little shadow boxing real quick?
All right. I'm gonna start it off easy
boy
for him, and then I get a little harder. Ready? Josh, put the clock on. Ready? Go. Favorite movie?
Ooh, Interstellar.
Who hit you the hardest in sparring?
I don't even remember their name, honestly.
Okay. 3 fighters you would take to war with you.
Ooh, Usyk, Lomachenko, and Klitschko. Let's go.
What MMA fighter would give you a tough fight?
Ooh, Israel Adesanya.
All right. Cavs, Browns. One team has to go.
Sorry, Cavs.
Who would you rather fight, Demetrius Bivol or Better Beef?
I would rather fight Better BF.
Who would you rather knock out, Nate Diaz or Conor McGregor?
I would rather knock out Conor McGregor.
Puerto Rico or LA?
Puerto Rico, though.
All right, that's
This
a
is
standing
paradise.
8. That's a standing 8 with Jake
You
Paul.
made it. You made it through. You're lucky.
Appreciate
Good
it.
stuff. Good stuff.
Listen, Jake,
All
good
right,
luck.
guys.
We'll be tuned in. Looking forward to
Are you
it.
guys going to be there at Fight
Yes,
Week?
sir.
Of course.
Yes, sir, for
All right,
sure.
see you soon, guys.